Hi, everybody. This is Pie Records Hag, and I'm talking to Gary Robert, the talented artist and musician of Gary Robert and Community, all the way from Missouri. How are you doing?
Doing good, Ryan. Thanks for asking.
Yeah. How are you?
Yeah,
Are you doing a lot of painting now in your spare time?
yeah. Whenever the feeling hits, I go ahead and paint. Usually every day,
Oh, good, good, good.
and it's good therapy.
Yeah, absolutely. I try to pick up my guitar and do something to relieve the stress.
Yeah, it really makes a big difference.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit about your band. It sounds a little, I mean, obviously rock, punk rock, a little bit of goth in there. Tell me how you and your band would describe the music.
Well, yeah, we do have a formal bio. I mean, we are like influenced by the bands from the late '70s, '80s, and also I'm influenced by bands from the '60s and different different eras. But the way, visual way of describing it is, I say like if you imagine music, like imagine New York Dolls and Joy Division. That's the music. If they had a
Yeah,
baby, the baby would be that is the music. And then for the vocals, imagine David Bowie and Lou Reed. They had a baby,
yeah,
and then you take the two babies, put them in a baby buggy, then you have Iggy Pop pushing them down the street in Broadway, New York City. So visually, that's kind of the best way to describe it.
that's quite a great mix there, definitely.
Make a great video, it really would.
Yeah, it would, right?
Right.
I think Iggy would do it. I don't know. He does a lot.
Yeah, you never know.
So I love your first album, Isolation, and I'm gonna say you painted the cover.
I did. Yeah, I didn't put the credits on there or anything, but yeah, I did make that.
And we have that at Pi Records. And let me tell you, I would say once a week it's on. Once a week it's on in the office,
Oh, cool.
and it's a perfect title to go with the artwork. I think is Isolation, um, and that album is pretty dark sounding. I mean, Joy Division is definitely what I'm thinking.
Yeah, it was definitely it was definitely a dark album, and so it's kind of fitting with the times. It's kind of like it was isolation before it became isolation, so
Right?
bit of
Yeah.
a prophetic, I guess.
Yeah, it's an apt title for today, and I guess you know of what's to come, kind of what it was.
Yeah, true.
So also here at Pi Records, if you buy the vinyl, we have the new album, Gary Robert Community Open Wide. Now this one, I love the cover, and as far as your artwork goes, I think this what I see is it kind of speaks of something a little bit more brighter, like a brighter time, brighter songs, definitely. How would you describe the new album?
It's probably I'd say it's more up tempo and period. It's a little bit more darker and in inward looking, and but a lot of the other songs are more outward looking and kind of fit up with a lot of this that's going on. And then there's a breakup song, Open Wide, and so it's mostly it's a little bit more of a rock and roll album than Isolation is.
I see it. I hear a lot more upbeat tunes on it. Um,
Right. Yeah.
yeah, but I mean the lyrics are similar to what you did before, but it seems a little bit more upbeat.
Yeah. It does have a more of a brighter, aggressive tone. little bit
So I really enjoy.
less, and
I really enjoy it. Tell me about your band members. How did you come in contact with them? Um,
well,
because the community.
Brandon and I, we've been together. I'm sorry, talking over you.
Nope.
But Brandon and I, we've been together since 2008, and he's plays drums, and so we've been together a long time. And then we had a different bass player, and we got Jeff in 2014, and so he's really worked out really good. Fits our sound, what we're doing. And, so we're really happy.
How would you say the difference being um, from Missouri, as but like when you go on tour, what kind of different people are coming out to see you? Because I noticed I saw the record of yours, somebody in Chicago, and I'm like, wow, somebody in Chicago knows this guy, and I better talk to Gary a little bit more, find a little bit more out about his band and get the word out.
Yeah, we meet people from. It seems like there's people from different locations. There's no particular age group necessarily. People who like the '80s, the goth type music, and to like us, and people who can appreciate that type of thing. Of course, the punk and anybody who likes like Iggy or Sisters of Mercy probably might like us.
Yeah, yeah. So when is the last time you were on tour, and how was the reception?
The last time we played was in St. Louis, and it was good. It was a fun night. Um, yeah, it
Oh,
was. It's some of this when we play live, we did get a little bit. The crowd did get a little rocking that night, and yeah, it was a lot of fun.
that's great.
You wouldn't necessarily think about people kind of slamming to what we're doing, but they get really getting energetic that night.
Yeah, if you exude that energy, then it shows, right?
Right.
Yeah. So right now, are you doing any writing or recording at home, some demos or things like that? Well, what I mean, for now it's at a standstill, but what can we hope for get from Gary Rabbit and community in the future?
Well, right now, I'm writing songs, and that's kind of my favorite thing to do. So that's, do it all the time. And I actually have almost enough songs for another album, but it'll be a while before we go into the studio. And
Yeah.
with the isolation and the social distancing, we really haven't been able to practice. We've been just kind of,
Yeah. Is so you're
looking
the
forward to get
primary.
out and play.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Is so you're the primary songwriter?
Yeah, I am. I did get some help. My wife, she writes some songs, and uh, I think on the last album, Jeff came up with the cool bass line. Uh,
Great. So tell me a little bit about your artwork, because I wanna express how much I really, I guess the lack of a better word, adore the work that you do, without getting
oh, thank you.
too corny. Uh, tell me a little bit about what inspires you, um, because everything's different. You don't stick to one thing.
Well, I paint intuitively, and I let just the same way with songwriting, I let the artwork or the canvas just go wherever it wants to. And a lot of times I try not to put a lot of thought beforehand, maybe just a general idea of colors. But a lot of times I like to just go just totally blind and go and pick my colors out at the moment after get a little, I'm going to feel inspired and just let the painting go exactly where it wants to go and just live with it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Where can people see your work when we can get back out? Where do you usually have people come and see your work?
I've had a arts exhibition last year or this year in January, and but they can be purchased on my Instagram account, Gary Robert Abstract, and so that's a good place. Find more.
Oh, so that's separate from the Gary Robert and
Also
community.
on Face, I have a separate art page. It's Gary Robert or Gary Robert Abstract.
Oh, great. Now I want to show everybody here. This is the first time I'm showing this. This is what I'm going to be using. Your wonderful painting. I don't know if you can see what's written right here. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
The pie.
I can't see that.
On here, I have Pie Records.
Oh yeah.
So
Okay.
I wanted to tell you in the interview that not only will I be using your wonderful painting that you allowed me to purchase, I'm going to be getting stickers made with our logo on it, and I'm going to send you a couple thousand of them.
Oh wow.
So I didn't know if I should spoil it for you or not, but I wanted to show my gratitude, and I'm going to pass that along to you as soon as I can get them done.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so you can use them however you want.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So Gary Robert Abstract on Instagram for the paintings, which I'm gonna go right to after this, and Gary Robert Community on Instagram and Facebook.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and also the website is Gary Robert and Community.
Okay.
Website, we have that.
Great. Is there anything maybe you want to talk about or add that we haven't touched on?
Just ready to get back out and play and have a good time and party and see people. That's that's what would be great.
If you come to Philly, please shoot me a message. I will be there that night. I'll be waiting an hour before the show.
All right. Cool.
All right, Gary. You have a good afternoon.
Okay, you too, Ryan. Thanks a lot, man. Good talking to you.
Good talking to you.